Are you interested in learning more about the Church of Jesus Christ?
Come on in.
We can't come inside unless another woman is present.
My wife is home. Does that count?
Great.
You like pie?
Yeah.
My wife has pie in the oven.
I could tell that you are a very spiritually curious person.
I think it is good to be religious, to find your faith in a doctrine you actually believe.
Well, our work here is done.
I will go and check on the pie.
So sweet, silent angel.
How's it going, guys? Welcome back to my channel and time for another episode of Luke's Reviews. On today's video, Hugh Grant leads a brand new psychologically tense game of cat and mouse in the perfect film to cap off Spooktober with Heretic. Two young Mormon girls, played by Sophie, Thatcher and Chloe East, are on their regular tour of the town, stopping by at houses in the hope of spreading the word of their Lord and Saviour. They soon arrive at the house of Hugh Grant's theology professor, who invites them in to converse about their beliefs. But the girls soon realise that there is more to this man than they previously thought, discovering there is no way out through the front door, and must have to entertain this increasingly unsettling professor's dangerous hypothesis. If I were solely judging Heretic on the first hour of the film, then I would be sat here with you in front of this camera, with this microphone, telling you that it is one of the best films that I have seen throughout the entire year. Scott Beck and Bryan Wood's helm the movie. You might recognise those names because they're the minds behind the Quiet Place films, and they deliver with Heretic a gripping and captivating psychological thriller that doesn't necessarily abide by convention, and is actually quite content with the dialogue and performances doing a considerable amount of the heavy lifting. The reason why the opening of Heretic works as well as it does is because of the outline that the film is assembling. Purely on the basis of two young girls trapped in a house with this clearly neurotic man doing all they can to plot their escape makes for fantastic tension. But what elevates Heretic above just your bog standard tense thriller are the conversations and debates that the film is having in terms of religion and belief. At no point during the film did it feel like it was trying to undermine any religion going, and instead just wanted to have an open debate and discussion. Unfortunately, though, for the two girls in the film, it just so happens that the person wanting this debate and discussion is a borderline sociopath. The dialogue that these characters are sharing amongst each other is engaging, it's smart. They're able to take these grandiose concepts and complex ways of thinking and compact it down into a digestible format. It also helps that you have a brilliant cast to help deliver these lines. Hugh Grant has never been this menacing. Whilst he never appears to pose a physical threat, his greatest weapon is his mind, and how he is able to psychologically torment these girls in an attempt to dismantle their own personal belief system. Sophie Thatcher and Chloe East are great too. The film glosses over any awkward Mormon stereotypes and simplifies the stakes to two young girls looking to escape their captor, and they succeed in pulling that off very well indeed. Where Heretic does come a cropper, though, is when the film starts to answer some of the questions that have been looming over the film and really start to wrap things up. The build, up until this point, had been compelling. It was riveting. I was so locked in. My mind was running in circles, coming up with various explanations and possible theories as to what is influencing Hugh Grant behind this. What might be some of the darker secrets lurking underneath that the girls later explore. And then when it was revealed, well, that revelation was a tad underwhelming. Maybe that's a criticism of the film, and maybe that's a criticism of my overinflated expectations, and that I should just take the film for what it is. But I don't know, like I said, up until this point, I was so locked in to Heretic that it realistically could have presented any answer to me, and I thought that I would have been okay with it, but the answer that I got, I don't know. Heretic was an undeniably fascinating psychological thriller that captivates its audience with a tense atmosphere but also intellectual dialogue that poses some interesting food for thought. Hugh Grant is on top form as a mad professor, and whilst I'm of the opinion that the finale can't quite stick the landing, it is something I'd be willing to revisit to unpack more of the interesting discussions being had. Overall, I'm going to give Heretic an 8 out of 10. Anyway, guys, those were my thoughts on Heretic. Let me know. Have you had a chance to see the film yet? What did you think? Leave your thoughts in the comments below. And my question to you, I would like to know, what is your favourite Hugh Grant performance, and why is it Paddington 2? Let's be real. We know it's Paddington 2. But that's all the time we have for today, so thank you very much for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.